Hi, Brian. Do you feel like Tua pretty much maximized what he could do over these last few months? And do you feel or sense that he's a better player, or will only time tell with that?
He's made some improvement, over the course of the last 2 days, and definitely over the course of the offseason. I think we talked a lot after the season about a variety of things that we felt like he could get better at, from a training standpoint, from command of the offense standpoint, from reads and throwing mechanic standpoint. I think he's really worked on all of them and made some improvements. And I think he's going to not rest on that and try to continue to improve. And he'll be raring to go for training camp.
Thank you.
Armando?
Morning, Coach. So you're acutely aware you didn't have OTAs and minicamp and so forth last year. Do you feel like your team has taken advantage of those exercises this offseason? And are you in a better place than you were at this time last year as a team?
Every year is different. Obviously, last year we didn't have OTAs or any really off-season program, like you mentioned. I think we've gotten a lot out of these OTAs and minicamp, just from a getting to know each other, camaraderie, team chemistry standpoint. I think on the field, working the techniques, working the fundamentals. Anytime you can get on the field, work with our coaching staff, or the players can work with our coaching staff and go through those techniques, fundamentals, get them corrected, go out there, do them again, get better at them. I think that's, repetition is always a good thing. So we were able to get that accomplished. So, I'm happy with what we did this offseason, and hopefully it helps us moving forward into training camp and preseason games and into the season.
Obviously we're looking at some vacation time for some folks in the NFL. What's your message to the players so that they can be ready come training camp?
My message is to go on vacation, to take this time to recharge, get some rest, spend time with their families, friends, families, loved ones. I think you need that balance in your life. So that was my message to these guys this morning. But at the same time, keep themselves in some type of condition, train. Obviously, this is their, what they love to do. And, if they want to be at the top of their game come training camp, they're going to have to train. But, I think it's a good time for them to get away and recharge and come back refreshed with a lot of energy and ready to go.
Omar?
So for the past 2 seasons, you've basically invested a lot into your rookie or young offensive linemen. Most of the time they are thrown in there into the starting lineup right away. What is your mindset and philosophy of throwing the guys into the deep end at that position, particularly? Or I know you say that it's the top 5 guys, but is there something to young players just gaining the experience at that position?
I think there's, to answer first, we're always going to play the best 5 guys. And if that happens to be 5 rookies or 5 vets, or 2 rookies and 3 vets, I think we're always going to do what's in the best interest of the team for a particular game to try to win that game. Specific to the young offensive linemen who have played, we have had some who've gone in there and played. Dieter his rookie year, and Austin Jackson, and Solomon played a lot last year, and Robert Hunt played a lot last year. So those experience for those guys, I feel like can only help them. I think to play in a national NFL game, to play against the defensive linemen in this league, who, I mean, I've mentioned this before, are big, fast, strong, physical, mean. To play against guys like that, I mean, I think that experience is invaluable for any player, specifically a rookie coming from obviously the college ranks. And I think it only helps them. So, but at the end of the day, we're going to play the top 5 guys. I think we're excited about the young guys we have, and look forward to continue working with them, and we'll continue to try to play the best 5.
And if I could follow up, how has Liam looked? I know there are no pads and it's kind of hard to evaluate, but how's he done from a technique standpoint and a learning standpoint?
I think he learns well. I think, the concepts he picks up quickly. I mean, you mentioned it. It's hard. You can't evaluate an offensive lineman in this setting. There's no bull rushes. There's no speed rushes. There's no runs. So there's no contact. So it's impossible to really get a good idea of what that is. But we can't go off of his college film, and we feel good about what we saw there. But he'll have plenty of opportunities during training camp to see what he can do physically, or from a physical standpoint, I should say.
Hey, Flo, good morning. At the beginning of last season, Byron Jones was talking about adjusting to a new scheme and adjusting to some new techniques. I'm wondering, in looking back at his first year as a Dolphin, how did the improvements go relative from the beginning to the end for him in those areas?
I think he made strides really throughout the season. I got dinged up early and missed a few games and came back, and I thought he played well and got more comfortable. I think look, last year was a very different year for a lot of different reasons. So, but he was more comfortable towards, the middle end part of the season with the techniques, with the fundamentals, with the environment. And I thought he played well. We're looking forward to working with him again this year.
Was there something that you learned about him that was surprising?
No, I mean, I think I've known a lot about Byron. I remember watching him when he was in college, doing a lot of work on him coming out, and knew he was smart, knew he was tough, knew he was, talented, and, cared about the game, and was competitive and was team first. So a lot of those things, I had known from kind of the evaluation process, when he was in college, and obviously spent some time with him during the free agency process, and just spending more time with him. I mean, I think it just reinforced a lot of things that I had already kind of knew in those and during the evaluation process. So we've been happy with him, very happy.
Thank you.
What's going on, Flo? I wanted to ask you about Jaylen Waddle. I know, during camp, it seems at times he does have like a noticeable limp kind of going between plays and things like that. And then there's the play towards the end of practice yesterday where he catches the ball from Tua and he's kind of off into the distance, the fastest guy on the field. Where is he at a health standpoint, and how do you think about how he improved during OTAs this month and last month?
I mean, I think he's made I think he's come in, he's worked hard, he's gotten to know his teammates, he's learned the playbook. From a health standpoint, I mean, I think you saw him run yesterday. I'm looking at him run. It looks like he's doing all right from that standpoint. I don't know. He's got a limp, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he walks with a limp. I don't know. It looks like he's running pretty well to me, though. I mean, you just said the same thing, so I don't know. he looks fine to me physically, and we're excited to continue working with him, and he's done a lot of good things so far, but he's still got a long way to go, a lot to learn. I mean, there's only a couple practices, and still has to see, different coverages, different ways that he's going to get played, inside leverage, outside leverage, off coverage, press coverage, double teams. Who knows? But we gotta, like in 2 practices, you can only get a couple things. So we'll continue to give him different looks, and he'll practice his techniques and fundamentals, and hopefully get better.
Al? The next time we are gathering, it's not going to be in Davie. So what are your impressions of the new practice facility, and how do you think it will better prepare the team for games next season?
I mean, I think we're all excited about the new practice facility. I've been down there, several times. It is, just a credit to Steve Ross and investment he made. He's made in the team, and really spared no expense to create a state-of-the-art facility for us. And and I know I'm very appreciative of that, as well as everyone else here in the organization. So I mean, I'm excited about the place. I think it's it's I mean, when you guys see it, you'll see for yourselves, but it's really a phenomenal building, and we're excited to get in there and get to work, and we're actually going to head down there today as a team and really take a tour of the place. So we're all excited. I'm excited to see the reaction from the players when they walk in the place, but credit to Steve and for sparing no expense for us.
Alan?
Good morning, Brian. Couple of quick things, if I may. First off, for record-keeping purposes, can we confirm that X is absent again today?
He's not here, no.
Second thing, you mentioned Michael Dieter earlier. How would you assess his progress over the last year from the time he started practicing at center, and what does he fit into the picture in terms of the starting center position?
I mean, I think Dietz has really made a lot of improvements over the last 2 years. Obviously, played a lot his rookie year. Didn't play as much last year. Moved to center, has played guard, has played center, played some tackle for us his rookie year. So can play really across the offensive line. He'll be in competition to get playing time this year. He's excited about that opportunity, and he's a guy who works extremely hard. He's competitive, and tough, and has a lot of the qualities we're looking for. And I'm excited to see what this looks like for him during training camp. And I think when you get into year 2, year 3, there's I would say a sense of urgency, which he definitely has. You can see that to earn a role or a bigger role, and he's definitely working towards that. But he knows there'll be competition there, and the best man will win.
Barry?
Oddly enough, I was going to ask you about center too. And just to clarify, it looks like Lem is alternating Michael and obviously Skura and Cameron Tom. Do you look at it as any one of those 3 could win this job? It's a wide open job. Or did you sign Skura with the thinking that he would be our starting center if he wins the job?
We sign players with the idea that they're going to create competition and earn a role. Nobody's going to be given anything. So I think, really at all positions, any position, I mean, that's always the plan, is to come in, compete, learn the playbook, communicate with your teammates, and we'll play the best people at whatever the position is.
And has Cameron Tom made a case where you think he'd be in that mix with Dieter and Skura come August?
Yeah. I mean, Cameron's come in and learned the playbook. Again, for offensive line, it's without the ability to no run game, no contact, no bull rushes, no double teams. It's you can't really make a true evaluation, but based off of knowledge of the system, ability to point mics and redirect the protections and know where to be. Yeah, he's done a good job.
Thanks.
All right, last question, Omar.
I'm glad this is the last one because I've been meaning to ask you this for like 3 years now. What is the Flores workout plan? Because you always seem so fit. I think it's a great example to your team. I've always wondered how players look at coaches when on them about their conditioning, yet their conditioning is rarely ever good. How do you stay so fit, Flo?
You feel free to come work out with me, Omar.
I would pay money for that, by the way.
Okay.
What time?
I'll try.
What time do you start?
We can get that. We can get that set up very easily. But I'm a 5 a.m. start guy, so feel free to come on over. But I think it's important to health and wellness is important, and I try to stay fit for myself, for my own mental health, and I think it's important to be fit, and not necessarily for the players, or it's just me and personally, it's always been something that's important to me.
So is it a lot of conditioning, or is it still weightlifting? Because you're getting up there in age now. I don't know if you can still throw up the weight like you did in the college days.
It's running, it's biking, it's lifting, it's boxing, it's just try to anything you can do to get a sweat, and sometimes release some stress, hitting the bag, pretend it's soffit. And then just try to stay fit.
Gotcha. Thank you.
All right, guys.